third one, okay, evaluation and control. Yeah, evaluation and control of innovation. When we talk about innovation here, we are referring to the internal innovation. Yeah? Evaluation and control in internal innovation. Internal innovation mean um, um, how to say innovation activities which is carried out by the firms within the organization. Okay, well, mostly it's related to R&D activities. Okay, so evaluation and control innovation. So what are the key how to say aspect in how to say the evaluation and control, yeah. Issues will relate to determining if the firm is achieve the desired outcomes, yeah. Or if the firm achieve the desired objective, yeah. um, it also includes doing the periodic gap analysis. We look later what is the meaning of gap analysis here. What is the meaning of gap? Okay, ensuring appropriate controls for personnel and also the organization. Controls can be in terms of financial control, strategic control, and also cultural control. Okay, and also designing the support structure for evaluation and control processes, and also finding and sharing best practices, including the establishment of quality programs. Okay, this is some of the issues that related to evaluation and control. Yeah. So if we look at the evaluation and control, okay, in terms of the flow or diagram, is something like this. Okay. You see try to understand the diagrams here, where of course evaluation and control it start first actually with planning, yeah. Okay, this one establishing objectives, establishing standards, yeah. This is in fact part of the planning process. Okay, of course in evaluation and control, okay, it start with planning, yeah. Planning, when you plan and then you implement it, yeah? So during implementation, you have to also measure. Well, after you implement something, you have to measure the performance. You have to evaluate the performance. Okay? To measure performance, evaluate the performance, and in evaluation, measuring performance and evaluation, of course, we have to compare the performance to the standards. Yeah? The standard. What are the standards? The standard is something that we show that what we want to achieve. Certain standard have to be how to say to be achieved. So what will be the actual figure or measurement, okay, that you want to achieve? That is the standard. Okay, so when you implement something, and then you have to compare the performance to standard. Okay, it can be many things lah. Okay, the standard can be in terms of many things. Yeah, for example, quality. For example, yeah, quality. The quality standard. Okay, some company, for example, they want to achieve zero zero rejection. Means if they how to say produce something, they're making something, they don't want even one defective product, even one reject product to be made. Okay, that is called a zero defect. So if the performance standard is zero defect, means no tolerance, okay, no rejection is allowed. Yeah. So when the company doing something, okay, manufacture something, okay, there should be no rejection. Okay, that if they set that standard, then they have to achieve the standard. Okay, only the question is whether they can achieve the standard. Yeah? So when actual how to say process has been started, okay, and then you will see the performance, okay, and then you compare the performance to standard. Okay, for example, as the standard is zero defect, and then the actual one, okay, is it zero defect or no? Okay, if there is something rejection, if there is something defect, then it's problem lah. There is gap. Okay, so if there is gap, then uh, you have to do something. Yeah, uh, if it is not achieved, if the standard not achieved, you have to take what we call this corrective action. Okay, this is control. You have to take corrective action because um, you or your company lah. I mean, you means your company don't achieve the performance standard, then you have to take corrective action. Okay? It means inadequate, not enough, or something need to be done. Okay. If okay, okay, if standard is achieved, then of course you don't have to do anything lah. Okay, and you don't have to take corrective action because it is already done. Okay, so do nothing or reinforce action. Reinforce action means you just do or you can do better lah. Okay, you can do even better. Yeah. This is the how to say the simple uh, how to say the diagram, okay, which show the evaluation and control process. Okay, so this part is very important. Comparing performance to standard. Okay, this is what we call the gap analysis. Okay, gap mean what gaps you are talking about here. The gaps between what we want to achieve and what actually have been achieved. Yeah. So there is gap there. You want to achieve something. For example, you have targeted to get something. Yeah. Then you implement the things. Okay. Then you check whether what you have targeted achieved or not. Okay. If not achieved, there is gap. So if there is gap, then you have to do something to close the gap. So that is part of the evaluation control process. Okay, that one is the basic thing. So three key questions in evaluation of firm's action. Of course, you have to compare. Okay, you have to look. Okay, where are we? Where are you now? Okay, in comparison with where you want to be. And then what lies ahead that can affect us, that can affect you either positively or negatively. And then where will you end up if we continue on the path. Okay, this answering this question, okay, is the part of a gap analysis. Okay, this is actually the overall okay, overall analysis, okay, of your organization. Okay, so this is a part of the important activity lah. Okay, of course, first you have to plan. Okay, and after you plan, okay, you have to implement. Okay, what you have planned. Okay, and during implementation, okay, you have to continually monitor and look whether what you have planned achieved or not. Okay, achieve according to the plan, achieve according to the objective and target. Yeah, so you compare. what you have achieved and what you want to be or you want to achieve. Okay. So a part of the strategic process is also look at if you continue doing the things, okay, in future, okay, is there anything, um, what are the challenge, okay, what are the things that become the barriers or hindrance, okay, uh, in achieving your objective, okay. So that is part of the how to say a strategic management process. Yeah. Okay. Where are we now? Okay. This is the um, how to say some analysis, okay, that you are doing, okay, to evaluate, okay, the current status of the implementation, okay, in terms of the strategic environment, okay, external environment, information system, and structure analysis. Yeah. And what to measure? You have to measure the specific outcomes, yeah, that produce competitive advantage in future. Also, measures of outcomes that impact future competitiveness and measure of future strategic capabilities. Okay, this also need to be measured. Okay, and what lies ahead is to determine, okay, what can positively and negatively impact the firm as it moves. Okay, what you can see here, okay, the in the evaluation and control, actually you have to do this evaluation and control regularly. Okay, always you have to evaluate and control. Okay, not that every time. Well, of course, in any organization, okay, there will be a lot of activities. A lot of activities need to be done. Okay, a group of activities. Yeah, and these activities need to be the implementation of all these activities need to be regularly evaluate and control. Okay, so at the point of evaluation and control, okay, you have to look at the performance, the present performance, and what will be the future performance. What will be the future performance? Okay, uh, for example, you the company have long-term plan. Okay, 5 years plan. Yeah. So you don't evaluate only after 5 years. Okay, of course you have to during the 5 years. You have to do periodical evaluation. Okay, maybe every month, every 6 months, okay, every year. Okay, need to be looked the performance. Okay, in that case, okay, you will always be alert. Okay, what have been achieved, okay, and what have not been achieved, or what is very impossible to be achieved. That's why here during evaluation and control, okay, you have to look what lies ahead. What lies ahead means, are you going, okay, will you be able to achieve what has been planned, especially for the long term, for the long term plan. Measure that should be considered include the specific outcomes. For example, number of patents or number of new products introduced, okay, that could produce future competitive advantage, and also factors that could impact future competitiveness, which include the customer satisfaction or quality ratings, okay, and also factors that could impact the future capabilities. For example, the corporate reputation and also the perceptions of value. Yeah, this is important. So another things that need to be how to say thing, need to be considered. Okay, where will we end up? Okay, if we continue on this path, we want to know. Okay, if we going where we want, if not going where we want, then what new opportunities are we finding? Looking for new opportunities and emergent strategies that are beneficial. If yes, do we still want to go there? I want to be sure that we have not focused so much on reaching goals that we miss the opportunities. What this means here? Yeah? This shows that remember when we discussed about the planning. Planning is not rigid. Yeah. Of course, you have to do short-term plan, medium-term plan, a long-term plan. A long-term plan can long-term, 5 years, 10 years. Yeah. Periodically, you have to evaluate your performance. Kan? For example, for long-term plan, 5 years plan, for example. So every year you have to look the achievement. And maybe in the second year you look, okay, long-term plan 5 years, can we achieve or not? But at the same time also you have to look at the environment outside. Maybe long-term plan because of the change outside, because of the change of situation outside. Situation can be in terms of economy, economy like the oil price, for example. Oil, uh, we have made long-term plan, 5 years plan. At the second year, there is something happen to the oil price. Oil price going up, or economic went down, or the what we call it, the ringgit value, okay, or dollar value going up, okay, and it will affect the your overall planning, okay. So are you going to not to do something about it? Yeah? Of course, you have to do something about it, and then you have to relook again at the what you have planned. Okay, even though in the long term you have planned already, okay, but in the middle, okay, during your what to say, evaluation and control, you found something change outside that need to be adjusted. The plan need to be adjusted, and then you have to adjust your plan. Okay? This what we mean, okay, when we say where will we end up if we continue on this path. It shows that planning, okay, planning can be sometimes have to be flexible also. Yeah, you have to make change to the plan according to the outside situation. Yeah. For example, you have planned already 10 years for 10 years plan, okay, and suddenly in the middle, during the fifth year, pandemic, okay, so it may, you may have to change your long-term plan, okay, so the pandemic, okay, can be good, okay, can be there is, it can be bad or it can be good, okay. It can be threat, okay, it can also become opportunities to your organization, and then you have to adjust according to the change. Okay, so that need to be considered during evaluation and control. Yeah. Okay. Why not move? What happened to that? To the slide here. Okay, any questions so far? Pretty clear. Yeah. Here not clear because I cannot move anywhere. the screen stuck. Okay, actually what I want to say is, okay, it's very difficult to, what happened, I don't know. Things like this, okay, we have to be prepared. Okay, in terms of control, yeah, well, never mind. Okay, we are still talking about control. When we talk about control, actually there are three types of control. Okay, three types of control. The first is the financial control. Okay, financial control mean you have to evaluate.
Tes. Minta tolong host sambung lecturer kita hari ni. Siapa yang host tu minta sambung lecturer kita hari ni.
Faiz sambung.
Ahmad Naufal.
Aina.
InsyaAllah baiknya awak.
Zanita sambung.
Sebenarnya saya lah Prof. Aslan.
Minta tolong sambung, saya nak masak ni kejap lagi.
Bali mana Bali?
Easy.
Tadi Prof. Aslan ada call aku. Dia suruh Arfan handle kelas ni kejap.
Mana rancak berdosa.
Bukan kau.
Sorry, I'll share again the slide here. Okay, boleh nampak tak? Boleh nampak, boleh dengar tak ni?
Nampak.
Okay, good. Sorry. Okay, evaluation. Okay, evaluation some of the key points that need to be looked. Control and evaluation. Control, what do we need to change? And where are we compared to where we want to be? What is coming that we need to be aware of? Where are we going if we keep on this path? Is it where we thought we would be? Okay, this is the things that need to be questioned, that need to be considered, that need to be looked by the managers in control and evaluation. Of course, as I have said just now, okay, when you do planning, okay, well, of course, we have to do planning, but the planning is not rigid. Planning need to be flexible, and need to be adjusted according to the situation outside. In the situation outside, whether it can be the political situation, the economic situation, or social. Social can be the changing in trend, for example. Okay, changing in culture, not culture lah, trend lah. Okay, and sometimes the the taste of the people, okay, can change. Okay, and this all need to be considered, okay, by the organization when they plan, okay, and implementing the plan. Okay, that's why control and evaluation need to be implemented and need to be done. Okay, need to be done. The control and evaluation to look at whether you have achieved, whether things have gone in the plan, okay, and whether the plan, okay, can help to achieve the long-term objective. Okay, that is important. The next, this what I'm trying to say just now. Okay, in terms of control, okay, there are three type of control. That is financial control, strategic control, and also cultural control. Usually, people may look only at the financial because this is of course, the important one. Okay, looks very important. Of course, company. Okay, the ultimate objective, the main objective, the very important objective of companies is to the everything related to money. Money. Okay, profit, money. Okay, everything related to finance is very important. So financial control, okay, also very important. And also this is the easiest things to control. Easier mean easy because it easy to quantify. We can easily get the data. We can easily measure it. In terms of financial. Okay. This usually quantitative and easy to interpret. Okay. For example, the indicator lah related to profit, percentage of profit increase, okay, from new product, for example. Okay. This can be financial. The second type of control is strategic. Strategic, this is the control related to strategy. Strategy, direction. Okay, direction. Okay. However, this might be more difficult to quantify, more difficult to measure. In terms of strategic control, you want to control this, it might be difficult to monitor or measure because it's not, how to say, very clear and straightforward as compared to financial. Financial information or financial data you can easily get from the accounting. Account, see what are the profit, how many products sold, what are the profit, what are the costs, how many percentage of profit coming from the new products, for example. Everything can be seen. Okay. For strategy, maybe the data not so how to say straightforward and not so easily not that easily to get or measure. Okay, um, this indicator related strategy, for example, increasing the market share, for example. Okay, this relate to strategic lah. Okay, the third controls is related to culture. This is even more difficult. Difficult to control or difficult to measure. Very behavioral and very qualitative. Qualitative mean it's not quantitative. Okay, we cannot quantify it. We cannot. Not cannot lah. We can. Okay, but very difficult to how to say measure or quantify the culture. What culture we are talking about here? Okay, this is all the when we talk about culture is the kebiasaan kebiasaan what we call it the how to define culture everything the not routine lah okay the way you do things okay the way you do things okay this also need to be control okay need to be checked in terms of innovation, okay, what are the culture of innovation? What are the culture related to risk taking, for example? Yeah. In some people, some society, okay, they are very how to say open to risk taking. Okay, they are very they are risk taker. Okay, some society, okay, some people, okay, they are not. Difficult to take risk. They want to play safe. Okay, this is also culture. Okay, and this may relate to culture. Okay, maybe it also relate to the general culture of the society. For example, Malaysian compared to American. Yeah. Not Malaysian American lah. Okay, the Western people okay, as compared to the Eastern people in general lah. Okay, in terms of risk taking may be different. Okay, the culture can be different. Okay, American for example, okay, they may be more open to risk taking. Okay, I can give a very general example lah. Okay, for example, okay. This I always talk with my friend and student. Okay, when people do business, for example, for entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs. Okay, you start business. Okay, American people, they start business. It can be small business. Okay, and then suddenly. In the middle, okay, first maybe he or she can be very successful, okay, and in the middle, okay, the business went down, okay, become bankrupt, okay. So what will be the general society perception, okay, on these people? The general society, the general people, okay, people around this person. When he go bankrupt, he went bankrupt. Will you look down on him or her, or will you, how to say, look up on her? Yeah. In a certain culture, okay, maybe this something like okay, you in American culture, for example, okay, this may the society may perceive this person or something like okay, he went to battle and he lost, okay, and they tend to look up at this person, okay. In Eastern culture may be different, okay. You start business and you go bankrupt, okay. Everybody will, look down, okay, mock at him or her, okay. So this is the things that well, general culture. Okay, culture. Okay, there are also many other examples of culture. Yeah, even in different organization also they have different culture. Okay, in terms of risk taking or in terms of innovativeness. Okay, it can be different. Okay, so this need to culture also need to be to be controlled lah, and it's not easy. Yeah, finance may be easy to monitor and control. Okay, strategic maybe okay, but culture is something very qualitative and it can be difficult to monitor, but they need to be monitored. Okay. So this is the three type of financial the three type of controls, that is financial, strategic, and cultural. Yeah. Okay. This is okay. Yeah, I skip this one. Just want to how to say share the one of the how to say tools. Yeah, I think this one I have asked you to do some homework, okay, on what is the meaning of balance scorecard. And this is one of the tools, one of the tools that can be used to in evaluation and control. Okay? I think we have done, we have looked at this and also look at the e-learning. Okay? Basically, we have understood already, okay, what is the meaning of balance scorecard. This balance scorecard template or how to say the sample lah. Okay? When we talk about balance scorecard, okay, we look at the performance, okay, to evaluate and control the performance of the organization. Okay, why we call it balance scorecard? Balance. Why balance? Why we talk about balance here? Okay, usually when we talk about performance, okay, we only think organization, maybe they only think about the finance, financial performance. Okay? But we talk about balance scorecard. Okay? The performance that need to be looked, okay, not only at financial, okay, but also the other aspect of performance that need to be looked at. Can be in terms of the customer related, okay, learning, and the internal process also, okay, need to be looked at. Okay, and this how to say performance and indicator. Okay, the indicators, okay, of the performance need to be looked at. Yeah. For example, yeah. Well, the format can be different lah, okay, according to the company. But here, okay, we look some of the examples related to customer, for example, okay, customer relation, customer relation. We look at the indicator like number of customer complaint. Number of customer complaint. This can be one of the important indicator in how to say performance related to customer and also stakeholder. Yeah. So the more, of course, the business, okay, or the organization need to reduce the number of customer complaint, reduce or zero customer complaint. Okay, can be one of the important indicator of the customer relation. Okay, this is only some examples. Okay. And also the contractor relation. Okay, this is also part of the performance related to how to say the customer and stakeholder. Okay, the key performance. can be in terms of the utility of the program for managing timing of deliveries, for example. So it can be one of the KPI. Okay. And also the social responsibility, okay, can be also one of the aspect that need to be looked in terms of control. Okay. And the indicator can be in terms of comparison of fuel usage. This is example. Okay, of course there are many hundreds of indicators, okay, that need to be looked at when you talk about balance scorecard. This is just example. In terms of how to say innovation and technology, I think this one you have looked already. Innovation management class. This is some of indicator, okay, and in this indicator can be integrated into the balance scorecard just now. Okay, this is some of indicator that you can use. Okay. Try to understand this one because okay, usually this can be asked in the final exam. Okay, final exam can be something like okay, what please or how to say propose 10 indicators related to how to say technology and innovation, okay, that can be integrated into um, how to say performance of the company or balance scorecards, uh, proposed indicators or well the question can be in many ways lah. Okay, so try to understand okay the indicators or measurement that can be used to measure the performance of companies in terms of technology innovation. So how this one can be integrated into a balanced scorecard? I can see something balanced scorecard can be okay. That there are four aspects of balanced scorecard there. Okay, and all these aspects can be how to say can be measured using the indicators. Okay, never mind. I think this one you have looked into. Okay, I only need to. I don't want to show you the some of indicator. What do you see in the screen? Is that the slide or the website?
The slide,
The
doctor.
slide.
Yeah.
Stop sharing the slide. Okay. This one I think I've shown you before. Okay. The balance scorecard. Okay, I think the balance scorecard you have already looked at in other class. Only that how to apply this in terms of technology and innovation management. Just want to share something. Okay, never mind. Okay, can take a look later. Okay, at this site here. Okay, related to balance scorecard. Okay, this is general one actually. General info on balance scorecard. Yeah. Okay. There are four, how to say, perspective or area that we have to look in terms of the company performance, the financial, customer and stakeholder, internal process, and also the organizational capacity and or learning and growth. Um, Common question that we ask, that I ask usually in terms of balance scorecard here. The balance scorecard is one of a very powerful, or very useful tool that can be used in evaluation and control. Of course, evaluation and control can be strategic management. Okay, evaluation and control is one of the very important aspect or very important activities. Strategic management, not only management of technology innovation, but the general management in general. Okay, specific question can be something like, okay, what are the indicators that can what are the indicators in technology innovation that we can integrate into this balance scorecard, or how balance scorecard can be used to measure the performance of the performance of technology and innovation uh, in within the companies. Okay, so they can um, propose what are the indicators and things like um, the number of new products um, uh, produced or introduced by the company. Okay, the financial can be something like what are this R&D concentration, okay, R&D concentration, or the percentage of R&D expenditure as a percentage of sales, or what we call the R&D concentration, for example. It can be important measure that can be used. Financial, okay, related to technology innovation. Customer and stakeholder. Can be customer value, satisfaction or retention, or customer satisfaction, okay, related to new product and something like that. Okay. Internal process, it can be how to say, the percentage of um, expenditure on process innovation. This can be also become the indicator of the company, okay, performance in terms of technology. Okay, so I think today that's all. Okay, well, we have looked at the general, okay, general things on implementation, evaluation, not implementation, but evaluation and control. Okay, and one of the important tools that can be used is balance scorecard. Actually, okay, this can be tools that can be used to control the performance of the company. Okay, any question? Okay, I think that's all for today. Tomorrow we got something like well, we will have, maybe we don't have WebEx. We will have very short WebEx session today again, and it will be followed with by something like discussion or exercise on e-learning tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, firstly, lastly, okay, like usual, okay, please switch on your video. For today lesson, make sure you understand all the concept. Okay, it might be very important lesson for final exam. Well, of course, we don't learn only for exams. Okay, but today lesson is very important for final exam. Okay, everybody look good. Somebody please help me to print screen and send to the WhatsApp group. Good. Thank you, Chris. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay, see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Doctor.
Inshallah. Okay.